It's Power Hour LSU.
PHL, extra little bit of swag, an extra little bit of taste.
Yeah. Man, I'm headed to the field. Terror of the tiger, I'ma always keep it real. Everything gon' get devoured, it's the power. LSU with Carter, it's the power. LSU with Carter, man, I'm headed to the field. Terror of the tiger, I'ma always keep it real. Everything gon' get devoured, it's the power. LSU with Carter, it's the power. LSU with Carter, man, I'm headed to the field.
All righty, we only get one of these every single season. It's LSU, Alabama. Give me your predictions right off the jump. We do have a lot to talk about in the world of the SEC, but today I'm going to tell you that I actually do like LSU to win this game, and I also like, and I'm leaning towards the under. Leaning. I don't necessarily have a strong feeling either way about this game, other than I do like this matchup for Garrett Nussmeier. I also like that the weather looks to be fine for LSU. Now, we can't say that about some of the other SEC games today, as Ole Miss just now ends their drubbing of Georgia. 28-10 is your final score there. It was a rain-soaked game, and now there are a lot of two-loss teams in the SEC. Texas, of course, along with Tennessee, the only one-loss team still left. It's going to be an absolute crazy end of the season. But the bottom line is this. LSU, if they win out, will get into the college football playoff. They should be able to get into the college football playoff. We'll see what happens, though. Now, Flajay said we'd win by 30. Was out of TJ, Cliff, Paris, Byron. I think Cliff's actually at the game. Good to see TOV. Legacy Dom. The president, and still the president of the Jaden Daniels fan club. I don't think you could be a bigger fan than Dom when it comes to Jaden Daniels, especially on this channel. Outside of Jaden's dad, you can't beat Legacy Dom's Jaden's fandom. It is nearly impossible. Now, we're going to go through a few key things. I do believe we will get CJ Daniels tonight, and that does excite me. Look, if you're 50-50 and you're determining whether or not you want to tough it out for the Alabama game, if you're a competitor, you go out there and you put it all on the line for this game. This is what you play for here. And look, you don't need CJ Daniels to win this game. It's not something that is an absolute must, but he does give you a player that you love to throw to on the outside. In particular, these Alabama corners have not seen a player quite like him and Kyron Lacey in terms of wide receiver talent. Anyone that watched the Ole Miss and Georgia game, you could clearly see that the skill position talent for Georgia, it's not where it needs to be. So I told you this earlier in the week. And by the way, we do a live SEC show every Saturday morning now at 9:30 a.m. Central. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. Look, the best team in the SEC is Ole Miss. Just by looking at the eye test, they are the best team I have seen this season, and we beat them. So at this juncture, LSU's best win is better than Alabama's best win. And I, just by the eye test, watching Alabama this week, I am not sure if this is a really good football team. Obviously, they are very talented. You take a look at weighted EPA and all that stuff, they're better than us. But you just go through their schedule, and Wisconsin has turned out to be a dud. USF, not as good as we thought they would be this year. That game was close towards the bitter end. South Carolina should have beaten them. Georgia, of course, almost came back and won. You know what happened versus Vanderbilt. You know what happened versus Tennessee. And Missouri didn't have their quarterback. I think LSU overall, as flawed as LSU has looked and as well coached as Alabama is, I do like Alabama's coaching staff a lot. I do think LSU has looked better than Alabama. And I think the Missouri result was very misleading because obviously Missouri in road games this season have not put their best foot forward. So, look, big recruiting weekend. There's so many different things to discuss, but I am totally locked in on the game itself. Now, we say hi to Romeo Damas. Joseph, good to see you. Good to see Cliff. And let's get to a few pregame news and notes. Okay? Let's go here. Okay? This is Bryce Underwood's chain that he is wearing tonight. Look at this. $15,000 chain. I don't know if I have I don't have $15,000 in my bank account right now. So this piece of jewelry is worth more than me. Look at that thing right there. DJ Pickett in the house tonight. Video via Pressing Guy. Obviously, you see Brian Kelly and KALEN DEBOER here. And there he is, the icon. He is the captain tonight for LSU, Mr. Leonard Booganation Fournette. Look, his jeans have the word sex on there. There you go. And a night game in Tiger Stadium versus Alabama is the only thing better than sex. What is sex? I haven't had it in a while. Andrew Whitworth with Brian Kelly. There's Jaden Daniels right there. And then Joey B's parents are there. Joey B is not. Photos via Jacques Doucet, of course. There's Garrett Nussmeier warming up right there. Then we get to the Tiger Walk photos. Kyron Lacey, that chain, that fit is brilliant. Whit Weeks, look at that. All the wide receivers wearing the all black. And then that's just a nasty, nasty fit right there from Braden. Love to see it. And there you go. Whew. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? I feel fine. Like, this obviously is a situation where I have one big concern, which is the middle of LSU's offensive line. This is a group that I feel will have an uphill battle tonight. But, you know, Joe Sloan had 2 weeks to prepare for this. LSU had a pretty good idea pretty quickly that Paul Mabinga was going to be the guy. They're going to hope to get Garrett Dellinger back, but that, of course, is the biggest injury news for this game. I also think, and look, this is just how I feel, I think LSU's pass rush, especially at defensive end, has a pretty nice advantage over Alabama's offensive tackles. The guy to look out for, the weak link of Alabama's offensive line, is number 57, okay, Elijah Pritchett. All right, that is the weak link. So I want Braden Swinson on him as much as I possibly can. I want that matchup on every third and long. Of course, we do not want Jalen Milroe to scramble. So my defensive game plan, if I'm Blake Baker, is telling my defensive tackles, don't lose your pass rush lane integrity. I tweeted this out earlier today. Brian Kelly, when asked directly by Nick Saban, pass rush lane integrity is very important. Now, this is something that I want to show love to. I have to give the College Game Day crew a lot of credit. This was one of the best College Game Days ever. Now, a lot of us are biased in saying that because, of course, it's LSU. But they used to do game day on the parade grounds. It looks so much better in the quad. Shout out to that. Also, pretty historic game day with, obviously, Nick Saban returning to Baton Rouge. It was kind of awkward, but also kind of fun. You got Nick Saban on camera saying, hey, my first national championship was the best one. Love to hear that. And then also, Ben Herbstreit. I mean, my wife was bawling during that. R.I.P. Ben. Kirk on the call tonight alongside Chris Fowler. Really excited about that. But hate that for Kirk Herbstreit. So big game day, looked really good. And that is nothing but positive vibes. So, look, if LSU goes out there and wins this game, I'm feeling good about life. I am. All right. Now, we all have our opinions about the live tiger being paraded around Tiger Stadium. I've seen videos of the tiger in the stadium. I've yet to see it walking around just yet. So there you go. All right, let's see. Show you a few other photos. Herbstreit brought another one of his dogs with him this time. That's obviously pretty cool. And then there's Bryce Underwood and Brian Kelly. There's Nicholas Brissett at the bottom right there. Okay? Now, this is also true. With the way things are, if LSU wins out, they're probably going to the SEC championship game. So we're going to have the tiebreaker over Ole Miss if that is the case. So there you go. I mean, basically, you've got to win 5 games, because I'm not sure if we lose in the SEC championship game, if we win tonight, if we still get in with 3 losses. Okay? Leon, what's good, man? Leon, I appreciate all the love. I know you're in a tough spot, but this was y'all's first loss, so you will be fine. Okay? Got to stay poised for games like this. You want to compete with the top dogs. You do. Let's go to TJ. Xavier DEBOER breakout game tonight, spying Milroe. Yeah, he does. He doesn't have perk speed, but he's got pretty close to it level of speed. But can he read a rusher as well as perk can? I don't know. Okay. I am nervous about it, TJ. I am, but I'm not as nervous about it as I was last year. Okay. It's just one of those things where Brian Kelly knows that the only way his job security will be in question is if LSU allows Jalen Milroe to run wild like he did last year. All right. Let's run through a few key players for Alabama. All right. And I like to use jersey numbers. I don't like to use names too much because you're going to forget them anyway. Obviously, Jalen Milroe is number 4, and he is their quarterback. Miller is probably their best running back, 26. I've already shared the weak point of this offensive line is 57. I also think the center, Parker Brailsford, is someone that you could take advantage of, right? I don't think he's really been that good for Alabama this year. He transferred over from Washington. Also for Alabama, their best receiver is Ryan Williams, number 2, the true freshman. He's just really freaking good. There's no other way around it. And Zay Alexander's been really good this year. I'm not sure if that's a good matchup for us. What I can tell you, though, is in terms of age, that's probably the biggest gap you're going to see in the SEC. Zay Alexander is a year 5 player, and Ryan Williams is a year 1 guy. So we have an experience advantage, but Ryan Williams is really special. And their next best receiver is Jeremy Bernard, number 5. He's been really solid. He knows the offense. He also transferred over from Washington. And number 1, Kendrick Law, is from Shreveport. So, this game means a lot to him. And we'll see how he holds up tonight in Tiger Stadium. Now, defensively, Alabama, the best player for their defense is probably number 11, Jihad Campbell. All right. Lawson 0 is a good linebacker as well. Their highest ranked player on PFF is 34, defensive end, a long, lanky player. He's just good. He's just a good football player. And then, of course, their DTs, they're not as good as they used to be. Tim Keenan's a good player. And then you go to the secondary. The guy that you should attack in the secondary is number 3, Keon Sabb. He's a transfer. He's not been as good as many thought he would be. Bama's top corners are pretty simple. Number 1, Damani Jackson, and number 2 is a true freshman whose name slips my mind. This Alabama defense is, it's not really a shock. They're not as good as any of those Saban defenses. This is a defense that you can take apart. Now, one thing that I strongly disagreed with, I went on multiple shows this week about Alabama's rush defense. They've only had one game where they've given up 5 yards per rush. They've only had 2 games where they've given up 4.5 per rush or more. But one thing that I keep coming back to is I just think LSU has played a tougher schedule. I think they are the more battle-tested team up to this point. And Alabama's gotten some good QB luck. They've gotten some good luck when it comes to opponents' health. So the run defense is something that I feel you can pick apart. One thing I decided to do, and I travel a bunch, I work a lot on Saturdays, whether I'm at a game or doing something else. This day, though, was the first day I watched Texas. And one thing I noticed is how often easy plays are schemed up with that offense. And this could be a big night for Joe Sloan if he can give us some of that, right? As great as our offense has been this season, a lot of it has been just our guys going out there and making really difficult plays. I would love to see some things where it's a tight end leak or a running back misdirection. And look, Texas and LSU going into the season had similar ranked offensive lines, right? And their offensive line with their 2 top running backs out for the season has still been able to run the football. So we can make all the different excuses in the world. We don't have Jaden anymore. We don't have this guy anymore, or whatever. We need to be able to do something in the running game, because what we did versus Ole Miss was unacceptable. We now see Ole Miss. To me, Ole Miss is the best team I've seen in college football this season. I'm serious. I think I would have them favored over every non-Oregon or Ohio State team. But even then, I mean, I really do think they're the best team. So, they were able to stop our run. Texas A&M was able to stop our run. Well, those 2 teams are really good in the trenches, right? We were able to get some run game going versus South Carolina. So as the week has moved on, even though I am very sick about our offensive line and our run blocking, I have grown a little bit more confident in our ability to get something going in the run game. All right? I should be doing the show from Baton Rouge. Yeah, probably should have gone. It's all good. Now, more celebrities in the house tonight for the Tigers. Mondo Duplantis, one of the greatest track and field athletes of all time, in the hizzy. Love it. Absolutely love to see it. Okay. Let's see. Five-star basketball recruits are in here. CJ McCollum is here. Pretty crazy. Y'all, it's going to be a batshit crazy game. And, of course, as Pegasus points out, it slips my mind. The best player on Alabama's defense is probably Malachi Moore, number 13. 34 is the highest graded PFF player, but Malachi Moore is the best player. Same slips my mind. When it comes to throwing mouthpieces, he is definitely the best. Okay? There is no close second when it comes to doing that. So, there you go. Now, 26 minutes until kickoff? What? Hey, I don't mind that. Hell, I do think, I don't know. I do think Ole Miss winning man, I don't know. I'm not sure if Ole Miss winning is good for LSU. Who's the best cleat thrower? You know what's funny, Michael? I actually tweeted out the Malachi Moore. I say the Malachi Moore, the Marco Wilson play, because it was so foggy in that game. Let me ask you this, because game day is that's funny, Daniel. Because game day is so Saban centric now, as it should be. Saban's been amazing. McAfee's been amazing as well. Let me look, and I want you to just be as crystal clear as you possibly can with me. Okay. How do you feel about Saban being back at Baton Rouge? Now that he's not coaching Alabama anymore, is it over? Are we over? Are we willing to move past all the ass whoopings that he gave us over the past decade? I will tell you this, and I tweeted this out, and please go follow me at Power Hour LSU. The fact that Nick Saban says, hey, the first one's the best one. I've heard different things, right? I used to know a guy with Nick Saban's security detail. There's so many different people that knew Saban back then. And I think there is a piece of him that wishes he stayed at LSU. Now, would he have had the same success at LSU as he had at Alabama? We'll never know that. We'll never know that. And there's so many what ifs with it. But I do think it felt good for Nick to finally go to the practice facility he helped envision for the football team. The way the apartment complexes are built at LSU are because of Nick Saban. He did a lot of revolutionary things to get this train moving. So I always say it is tough to be an originator. It is really, really, really tough to really start something. And Nick Saban really started something here. So for that, I forgive him. I really do. And even when he was at Alabama beating us, I've always had a little bit more sympathy for Nick, right? Well, no, he's at Alabama. F him forever. Yeah, Alabama almost hired Rich Rod as well. You know, there's so many different dominoes that goes into coaching and all of that. He tried the NFL, didn't work out, and he just went to the other best college job. Now, we are 5-ish minutes till kickoff. If you want your question answered, please go ahead, drop a super chat, super thanks, Venmo, Cash App. I know a lot of your stocks are up this week. So feel free to share me some of your S&P 500. Okay? Now, this is where we are heading. Bang. This is very possible. 10-2 Ole Miss, 10-2 Georgia, 10-2 Tennessee, 10-2 Texas, 10-2 Texas A&M, and 10-2 LSU or Alabama. It's a very real thing. Remember, Georgia does play Tennessee next week. The Dogs have 2 losses. TJ was at game day today. I'll tell you this. If I lived in BR, I would have gone to game day and probably just gone home. I don't know if I can do another LSU Bama. It is such an emotional in-game experience. What a day. Look at that. This is what you play for, baby. Now, fire in your score predictions. Fire them in. Someone from inside the stadium. He said it's louder than any pregame he's ever been to. Let's freaking go. It's about to be magic. 26-20 LSU, 31-27 LSU. Does anyone out here pick Alabama? Jeff Whitey's in the chat. I remember you. It's Stanley. Been holding it down in the Patreon. He loved the film study bonus we got on Patreon. A lot of 27-21s. A lot of 27s in here. That is crazy. Daniel says, I'd definitely take the under. Okay. Wait, why would it say it's Tennessee's already up 7-0? The Vols? In this economy? $30-10. I've not seen Omar on the field. I've not seen a photo. I guess they never. Let me see. Let's go Southern. Southern beat Bethune-Cookman in 5 overtime. I don't think the Tiger ever made it. I don't. If someone could send me a photo of the I see a photo of the Tiger in the stadium. I haven't seen him on the I haven't seen him on the field. With Weeks with the strip sack TD license. That's a bold prediction. I love that. Let's go. Ah, 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 ah. Type Y for yes, type in for no. If you're going to be at the halftime show. We want to thank yet again our friends at nooffseason.com, our friends at NOPOD, our friends at the Zion Imaging 360 photo booth, and our friends at Equated. Okay. That's legacy game incoming. Let's go. Tigers by 100. Dang, Forbes is going Bama. Mm. Home field has been a big deal this season. It has, actually. I mean, it's actually been a bigger deal than I thought it would be. All right. Booch. That's good. See. All right. Tiger is on the field. They didn't drive it around the sideline. There you go. We didn't get the cheerleaders on top of the thing. Dang, Forbes says after you get beat 20 out of 22 times, you kind of lose faith. I don't know. I don't know if it's been 20 out of 22. Wait, has the game started yet? Like I have a stream pulled up, my actual ESPN stream. I don't. Mm. Miami went down. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. 20 of 22 against Nick Saban. But no, it's not been 20 of 20. We've not played them 22 times. Um, obviously, we played them twice one year, but okay, good. No, we're not. We're not on yet. Omar has more man than Mike. Never. Mike is Mike. Let's go, Mike. One thing to keep an eye out for. Alabama's defense has not been a good red zone defense. All right. We have done a really good job of, actually, take that back. When you get in the red zone, teams have scored touchdowns at a pretty high rate versus Alabama's defense. And we have had some red zone issues. So we must convert in that area of the field, touchdowns, not field goals. And one other thing is when we get down there, I pointed out one minor detail that I would make is throw to some of your blocking tight ends in the red zone. I don't think we've done that enough, right? If you bring out a 12 or 13 personnel, we've not shown that we could throw to basically anyone else outside of Mason Taylor. Now, obviously, we did that to Trey Green versus Nickel State when he was in as a blocking tight end. But now Alabama knows that we would likely throw to Trey Green. So a few plays that I would like to see run. I've seen Alabama this year, I think twice. We included this in our film study earlier in the week. Get beat pretty badly on a shovel pass, and we do have that in our playbook. We just didn't convert it versus Ole Miss. We also must do a better job with our offensive line executing these simple blocks, doing the right thing, getting your head across the body of the offensive lineman or the defensive lineman and not letting them cross our face and get in the backfield to make plays. Okay. Dude, this is insane. Y'all got to see this. Dude. Like, this is stuff that Justin Jefferson used to do. Okay. Like, I don't know if I'm sure I've seen Odell do this once before, but this is who we're up against tonight. That was so smooth. I got to give him some love here, man. Look at this. It's crazy. That's who you got to stop. Number 2. All right. We are underway. Type Y for yes, type in for no if you want me to do the opening drive. TJ was right. It was another 30 minutes. Look at that. I don't know, TJ. I really don't know. I'm pretty sure it was a TV delay. JT Lindsay there. He took a photo of Leonard Fournette before the game. There you go. It's crazy. Here we go. LaVore, what's good? Stanley and yeah, I mean, anytime a recruit gets to see um, all of this is cool, right? So it does look like we have some drizzle, as you could just see from the camera lens. All right, we are kicking off first. You always defer. All right, here we go. Field looks pretty good. Field looks pretty good. All right, starting how we normally start defensively, Parashand and Piaz. So no changes to our defensive starters. Let's see. Alabama starts off in 12 personnel. Pistol. Penalty right off the get-go. Oh, you know it's going to be loud. It is loud, bro. Huh? 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 Run. Oh, good run, Phil, right there. Savion Jones, Parashan in that mix. See? Second down. Let's go. I'm shocked TJ's out at big shout out Louisiana Controls. All your commercial HVAC needs, go to Louisiana Controls, louisianacontrols.com. All right, so trips right. We're checking into a play. Okay. Oh, man. Got to keep contained. Yeah. That's what makes Milrose so good, man. Get a bad snap. You get a really good rush off the right side. What did I tell you? Pritchard is not good, but Jones has got to keep contained there. You cannot lose contain to the right side. They're going to work Ashton Stamps. So you'll see Ryan Williams on the right a lot. Okay, so 1st and 10. Let's see. Twins. Okay, this is a run. Good Phil. There we go. It's a big offensive line. When your smallest guy is at center 290, but everyone else is 320, it's crazy. Once again, we want Swinson on 57 as much as we can. Okay. 12 personnel. We bring an extra guy in the box. Be careful of play action pass. Now they run, and we're there to fill again. Okay. Really good defensive start. You take a look at this philosophically. The one play that we've given up was a ridiculous play by Milroe and Ryan Williams. So it's 3rd down. I would expect Williams to be on the right side here. Obviously, you want some kind of QB spy here. Or if you want to blitz, there we go. Middle of the field is wide open. Okay, we go into middle of the field close. All right, it's cover 3. Everyone's got to make a tackle. He can't do it. There's Kendrick Law out of Shreveport. And we had a chance right there. PJ Woodland had a chance to make a play. You see, he slipped. If he keeps his footing, he has a shot. We know Sage Ryan's not going to make that play, even though he's playing better. Okay, here we go. Now it's 4 down territory here in the plus territory. Play action. Okay. Check down wide open. Kind of frustrating to start. You stop in the run. All right. Once again, you're still stopping the run here. Might pick up a first. I try not to complain about holding too much. Obviously, no explosives so far. Once again, trip to the right. QB run game. He's gone. He's gone, y'all. Woo! Oh. You knew it was coming. You've got to maintain your gap. Okay, who got out of his gap? Let's see. It was Paez. Got to make the touchdown saver, man. You got to make the touchdown saver. Honestly, I would spam the hell out of that if I'm Alabama. Nonstop. Nonstop. Until they stop QB run game. Okay. We are not gap discipline. Shit. Mm. Let's do this. I mean, you can make a case that I think you could make a case that I don't know. Hold on. Okay. Let me look at this again. All right. Actually, you know this is on. Oh man, dude, that's oh man. So I want you to watch this. Okay. Now that I've gotten to take a look at it, this is actually on Braden Swinson, and he made the same mistake in the versus Alabama last year for a huge play. It was actually a play in the passing game. Swinson can get very exotic with his gap fits. So you see right here, pre-snap, he is in the C gap. Okay. He's got to sit heavy in the C gap. That is your gap. So watch what actually happens. The corner to the far left is the contained defender. And you see Swinson decides to cut to the outside of Dupree. If he had actually just stayed inside here and not tried to go make the play on Milrow, he would have been in this gap, right? The corner is up there to make that play. All right. You see, it's just too late. So that's on Swinson, ironically. Okay. You've got to maintain your fits, man. You just do. You just do. Ugh. Okay. Let's go Xavion. Telling you, Xavion's gonna break one. Goodness. Could have hit your check down, but we'll live to. All right. I would actually still throw on this. We do not have the numbers to run on here. Unless we get to the edge. Unless we get to the edge. Go, Caden. Let's go. Let's go. Outside zone, baby. It was Mason freaking Taylor. Let's go. That's good run blocking, baby. That's as good as you're going to see it, baby. That's as good as you're going to see it. Let's go. Oh, man. What a play. There we go. Incomplete. I like the call on first, though. I really do like that call on first. They just defended it well. Give them credit. But the touchdown saving tackle, you see the difference? You got to execute in the red zone compared to Muro allowing to run. Okay. So do you want to run with Josh right here? No, timeout. We weren't slow out of the huddle. Two timeouts left. Alabama, 3 timeouts. Go. Well, I'd take Durham out because he's gassed. Now I'd put him back in after the timeout. Josh might be a little bit better like on the goal line rushes, but I would still keep Caden in there. 2 dislocated toes. Yeah. That's what happens when Miles Frazier falls on you. All right, so we have Bo Bordelon, and we bring in the extra tight end. Yeah, we're definitely running. And they were ready for it. Go, Josh. Man, I would love a statistical analysis on when we bring in an extra heavy tight end, how often does it work? Right? All right. It's a weird formation. Trips. You can't even see him on the screen. Let's go. Oh, Kyron with the drop. Jahad Campbell, one of the best coverage linebackers. Oh, we got to make that play. You got to make it, Kyron. That's why you're here, bro. There's field goal sneaks in. No bueno. No bueno. Now, this is the halftime live chat stream. Please go hit like and set reminder, and we'll see you at halftime. Once again, thanks to our friends at Zion Imaging, NOPLD, NoOffSeason.com, and Sequoia Dental. It's Power Hour LSU, baby. Boom! And tonight, we're doing buffalo chicken pizza. Let's go.